Hello, Uggies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today's question comes from Stephen Potter. He's KS4OP. And he says, what is a good option for running cables into the house and grounding out of the house? MFJ makes a nice through window unit, but that's not what I'm looking for. Is there something like this for through the wall? And if not, what's a nice way to make something that will work? Stephen, this is a problem that has bedeviled ham radio operators from the beginning, is how to get the stuff through the wall. Generally, the transmitter is indoors and the antenna is out, which means the coax has to get out of the house somehow. I'll tell you how I do it currently and how I'm going to do it. What I do right now is there's a little crawl space underneath where I sit. So the cables go down through a hole that's over by the window, and it goes down into the crawl space, and then there's a vent for the crawl space, and I run the wires out through there, and from thence to the ground rod and to the lightning arresters and everything like that. It's just right outside my window here. Now I'm going to change that, thanks to something made by a ham in the Salt Lake City area by the call sign of KF7P. Okay, so what we've got here, this is from KF7P. This is an entry panel. This side goes up against the house. This right here is a 3-inch hole. They have 2-inch hole models. You get a plumbing fitting that fits on the inside of here, goes through the wall, and then you've got some sort of a stop on the other side. Now, what the coax cables come in through the bottom. Okay, and there are gaskets that you can put there to keep the rodent population out. And then when this thing opens, what you discover in here are all these lightning arresters. There are 10 of them in here of different types. Okay, and I will be installing this very shortly because it's time to do that. And be bringing all my antennas in through this set of lightning arresters. These are Morgan arresters, by the way. And using this, and I'll take the cables, and instead of going right directly to the ground, they'll go to this. This panel is located outside, and it's got a nice water seal here to keep this dry and free of invaders. And the key is putting the rubber grommets on these around the various antennas. There's one for the wire that goes from the copper ground plane to the ground rod, which should be just right about here. Got this upside down. Okay. This thing right here costs some money, but if you go to KF7P, you can see the different colors that it's available in, how they work, the different sizes and things like that, and how all of them have this hole that goes through into the house. Now you can stuff that full of stuff to keep any rodents out of there, and then use the little grommets down here to keep anything out of this. And this will keep everything very nice and clean, easy to service, easy to make changes. I did a video on this a while back, and we'll do another video when we install it. Okay, so there are different ways of doing it. If you have a crawl space, you can go straight through the wall. If you don't have a crawl space and you want to go straight through the wall, your biggest impediment is going to be the insulation. Not because the insulation is hard or anything, but because it will wrap around your drill bit and keep dragging from the insulation around it until you've got this clog of insulation on it. So it's bad for the insulation for your house. It's also bad for trying to get the drill bit out. So there are lots of ways you can do it. If you have an electrician friend, you can get walls, or get these a wall through something like this, a piece of conduit with nuts on each end so it doesn't come in and out. And they know how to put them in without running into that insulation problem. How do I know about the insulation problem? You can guess. So there you go. You know, if you have a window that you can leave open just a bit and put it there, if you live in an area where it is not ever too cold, like if you're in the South or the Caribbean or out in California or something like that, you can always put tape around it to keep the air. You can also put tape around it to keep air from flowing in and out, which is can be a major problem in colder climes like here in Colorado. Okay, so Stephen, I hope that answers your question. If any of you would like to help support this channel, please go to decasler.com/tipjar, TIP-JAR. And until we next meet, 73.